I have, uh, it's just the adjunct professor. How did that come about? Because we talked about at the
Mm.
beginning of this interview of you wanting to always be a teacher, and it seems like that has come full circle with you being able to do that. So I guess how did that come about? I know you're an adjunct at Grand Rapids Community College, if I'm not mistaken, and like what type of things that do you teach? You tell us a little bit about that as we wrap up.
Yeah, I teach 12 credits, which is I could consider full time, but an adjunct faculty at a community college level, there's really not like a tenured and associate and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff like what you'll get at a 4 year school. But I was asked several times to do it. I was giving a lot of guest lectures, a lot of kind of mini TED talks all over the country. At that point, I'll go down to Tulane, or I'd go to Grand Valley, or I'll go to Texas A&M, wherever I was at the time, and I would go and present case studies and talk to all these students and do these kind of innovation incubator activities over the course of however many days I was in town, and I really liked it. I guest lectured a few times as a graduate student at Aquinas. It's amazing when you're sitting on that side of the podium, when you can actually see when the learning happens. You can actually see it click in somebody's head,
Oh,
or you
really?
go, oh, okay, yeah, and then they write it down. And yeah, you can actually literally see the learning happen. And I was like, I probably have some value to offer to students, especially as someone who's actually been a practitioner in the field, but academically I'm credentialed as well, so it works out. Where you try to take the best of both worlds. And eventually at one point in time, one of my professors from Aquinas, he's actually the department chair at GRCC where I teach now. And he kept, years and years and years, he kept calling me. I mean, my wife and I were taking a vacation in Alaska, and I was driving through the Denali National Forest, and he called me. He's like, "Hey, man, you gotta come teach, man. I've got this open. You gotta come teach. Like, these students are gonna love you." And being a younger guy, I'm not 85 years old up
Yeah.
there talking about digital marketing and that,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that worked out. But yeah, I mean, I was able to get into it, and I taught. I think my first semester of like full time in it, I think I taught like a mix. I think I taught business innovation, marketing, and entrepreneurship. GRCC has a entrepreneurship certificate, so you don't need to get a degree, but you'll take a couple business electives, and then BA 105, which is the business plan writing, and then BA 106, which is long business. Um, so we'll walk you through the business planning stage all the way up to commercialization. And then there's obviously a lot of grant opportunities and the MLS Business Challenge, which I'm a judge of every year, and I coach my students through it. Um, and so there was a lot of cool opportunities there, and I got to sit on the business advisory committees, and I was like, all right, this there might be something to this. I don't know yet. I really liked having car companies send me a new vehicle because I was doing some consulting, or getting to travel, all over the world or whatever it was. I really enjoyed that. It had a lot of perks. But then when the pandemic came, I was like, it might be time to change. I actually like being home, and so I was like, maybe I'll settle some old scores with some of my faculty pals, and we'll see what we can come up with. I kind of thought at first it would be harder than it was, but it came kind of naturally. I realized as a consultant, you're kind of teaching at that
Right.
point. Yeah. I thought it was gonna be really hard to learn how to teach, and it turned out I was like, well, I'm basically just consulting. The book will give you knowledge. I'll teach you skills in a lecture, and then I'll measure your abilities based off your exams, your activities, your projects, or in-class conversations. So you're gonna learn through experience. And that curriculum model, it turns out it works. It was a random idea I had. I was like, let's try it this way. It works out. So, hope no one's dropped yet. Knock on some wood, right? No one's
Right,
dropping.
right, right, right.
We'll see. But
But
yeah,
yeah, man,
yeah, now I'll teach 12 credit terms. So yeah,